Hey, it's Jessica, and today I will be changing the water in the tank and looking at the Aqua Clear, which I just got, what was it now, 2 weeks ago? Anyways, I have a video on when I got the Aqua Clear 20. I love this filter. Look how clear out the water is. It has not been this clear for a long time. You can't even tell there is water in there. It looks so clear, except for the bubbles and the water line. This is how much evaporation I get. It evaporates really bad. But I also have the light on for most of the day, every day. It's Goldie. And I did get another Marimo bulb. There's two back there now. So I'm also going to, I think, scrub the glass a little bit on the inside. There seems to be that line right there. I think that's on the inside. Well, we'll find out. It's on the inside. So I haven't checked any of the filter media at all since I got it. That's why I'm gonna open it up, turn it off, open it up, and see if it needs, like, the foam needs to be rinsed. We'll see. Let's see how she's doing. So I guess I should change. I always leave the bubble on, but the filter will be turned off. My old Whisper filter had a tag on the extension cord that said filter. I think it's this long one that's not tied up. We will find out. What if I can pull it with one hand? This video, I might be cutting this video into pieces since I can't do everything with one hand. We're gonna get electrocuted. That was the bubbles. There's the filter. I always take the hood off, but I leave the light on. There it is. There's the filter. I just stick it here on the side. Ooh. There, like that. So I don't think I'm going to take out the filter right now. I think I'm going to remove some of the water first. I'll try my siphon. I kind of want to scrub that where the thermometer is. I have a scrubby in a bag. I do have a scrubby on a stick, but I didn't like it because I didn't feel like I could apply the right pressure to it. I'm picky. This is going to be a very shaky camera. I'm sorry, I should put this. I was supposed to open this and get this ready before, but I didn't. So here we go. My hands are clean. I'm going to move this. Maybe that's from the outside. It's not coming off. From the outside, I do use a little bit of Windex on the outside of the tank. I had to spray it on the paper towel I'm using so that it doesn't get everywhere, because if it goes into the tank, it can kill the fish. Because all the ammonia that's in Windex. Well, I take it that I guess it's from the outside. Alright. Other than that, I don't really need to scrub anything. I don't think. I did this a couple of weeks ago and the tank looks pretty clean. Feels clean. He has been picking at the Marimo balls a little bit. You can see like a little tuft. That's how I know, and I've been watching him. Not a lot, so I don't think it's going to become a problem. I'm going to drop this, and I have a towel down here. So I guess I'll stick that back where it was. I haven't had to rinse the plants or the rocks yet. They don't feel slimy. You can check. No, they don't feel slimy, so I don't think I should do it until they feel gross. This rock is here basically just for when we do water changes. I'm just gonna leave it because you have to pour the water so slowly since I have sand, or it buffs up, or it kicks up all the sand. So that rock kind of helps stop that. Okay, so I do have a siphon. Here's my siphon. Hopefully this works one shot. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. Move my bucket. This bucket I had before I got the fish tank, so I put old water into it, but I never fill it up with clean water and put it in the tank. I use my old 3-gallon tank for the clean water, because I don't trust how dirty, how clean that is. There's a way to do this without sucking on the tube, or you can go up and down really fast in the tank, and we'll create a suction. I used to do that when I had gravel. Now that I have sand, it kicks up sand. I can't do it that way. So here is what you do. You put it in, you let it fill up, go up, and you gotta go back down really quick. Without making a mess in my bucket. I usually have 2 hands for this. And that didn't work. Sometimes it works the first try. Other times it doesn't. It's not going either. So it's going to be a pain in the butt just because I'm on video. So I'm going to stop it for a second and get it going. Okay, so now it's going. Which is probably the better way to do it because I don't have water everywhere. There's the bucket filling. Goldie always oh, he's pooping. He always does that when I do a water change. And I don't think I fed him this morning. I don't know if my fiance did. I don't think he did. He usually tells me. I think I was going to skip the feeding because I was doing this. I usually feed him twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. But he doesn't get a lot. I play with the balls while I do this. They get sand all over them. But I'll probably take them out and squeeze them in the tank water. So basically I fill this whole bucket up with water. It's not half. It's not quite half. It might look like half because of the evaporation that I had. It's more about 30%, maybe a little more. Which is okay for goldfish. A lot of people will say that's way too much water to change. It's not really for goldfish. They need it. I've researched this, and every time and all the other people who have goldfish change a lot more water than I do. So he's been getting peas now. I've been starting to do that on a weekly basis. Last time he had peas was a couple of days ago. I just give him. What I do is I have a bag of peas and I put just 2 single peas in a little cup, put some water in it, and microwave it for about 20 seconds, and then you have to de-shell it, and then he can eat it. So, I guess I'll do this once a week. I don't know if I can do it more often or less often. Once a week sounds good. If there's any poos anywhere, you can suck it up. You don't want to touch the sand when you have sand, because you will suck it up. I can do it to show you, but it will just go up like that. Kind of settles because this is not very fine sand. This is like the agronaut sand. I have more of it. I could show the bag. I could show you the bag, but it's somewhere. So I don't care if I do suck up a little bit of sand, just because I do have more of it. So, but if you're picking up poos, you don't really need to touch the sand. You can just hover over and it will suck up. Moss balls out of the way. I don't know what that is. Sometimes I suck up sand just because I want to get whatever I find. Like I said, I don't really care if I suck up sand. Because I have enough of it in here. Oh, and it comes out anyways, and I just made a mess on my rocks. And I have to stop. So I'm going to overfill my bucket. So you can see there's sand at the bottom of the bucket. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, that looks like a lot of water. I'm probably going to have to make 2 trips with that, because I'm not going to fill it all the way. Usually my fiance does it. You'd be surprised how heavy water gets and how quickly it is. I'm going to have enough trouble carrying this down. So there's the tank. I'm going to stop this for another second. Okay, so I got the hose out. Hose out. I'm gonna grab the moss balls. What's funny is they look really soft, but they're not. They're not really rough either. They're just, I don't know, different than you think they are. This is what I do with them. I just squeeze them in the water. You can't really see it, but I squeezed it once in the tank, and you could see like a cloud it made. It's kind of cool feeling because it doesn't have like a core. It's just a soft mass of algae. So that's what I do with them. That's the one. It might float a little bit when you first do it because you're taking the water out of it. I know some people say they float just to get light. Mine haven't done that, but they also get a lot of light. That's the other. This one feels, I think this is the new one. It feels smaller. I kind of filled this bucket a little much. I kind of have fun carrying it. There's the other one. It's kind of floating down. So I'm going to take the filter off. And we're going to have to empty the contents. And these filters you always have to prime. My Whisper ones I didn't. Well, the one Whisper one I didn't. Because of the way it had the pump in the front. This one you have to prime every time unless you want to break it, which I don't because I love it. I absolutely love this filter. Actually, I can leave it and just take the media basket out, I think. Oh, it's heavy. Okay, that's not a plan. I'm going to do this and come back. Okay, so I finally got it out. It was a good pull. I put the Biomax, I left it in the tank. I don't want to kill good bacteria. Here's the rest of it. That sponge looks way cleaner than I expected, which is really good. Here's the chalk roll, which definitely doesn't need to be cleaned yet. I have it on my calendar, on my phone. It looks kind of gunky. Oh yeah. It's kicking up a storm. It's kind of gross. Always do this in tank water. I saw a video actually from Fluval, which is by Hague. Fluval is another company, but it's all the big companies Hagen, which also makes the Aqua Clear. And I watched it and I was quite surprised because they showed the guy washing the media in tap water. And unless you have like dechlorinated tap water, you're gonna kill everything. This really kicked up a lot of crap. It's kind of gross. I guess it's a good thing I'm doing this. The sponge is huge. Well, it looks small because it's a small filter. I only have the 20, but ooh, there we go. It looks like it's collecting mostly pieces of algae from the Marimo balls. That's interesting. I'm just gonna squeeze that out. I don't know if I can get it off. Oh, yeah. Just gonna rub it gently. But other than that, it's pretty clean, which is surprising because the Whisper filter pads used to get really gross because they would pick up all the poo. And there's not a lot of poo in this tank. I picked up one, and well, he's pooing right now still, so I was hoping he'd get that off of him while I was siphoning so I could suck it up. So it must be picking up poo. It's just, I don't know where it's going, which I guess is a good thing. I also wanted to check this out just so I can get a feeling for how often I have to do this. Obviously I don't have to do this a lot. I'm not going to do this again for a while. Like, I'll probably wait more than, I think this has been only 2 weeks. I'm going to wait more than that just because it's pretty clean. It seemed like the dirtiest part was the charcoal, which is kind of odd. The charcoal goes on top, and this basket kind of just folds out. And then the Biomax goes on top of that. And all the Aqua Clears are made the same. They're just bigger depending on the size of the filter. So, let's see if I can... This charcoal look just fits. I don't want to push so hard. Break the aquarium or something stupid. No, my luck I would. Okay, so it goes in easier than it comes out. I really had to pull on it to get it out. Oh, maybe something on it. So, carbon's really compact in there, which I guess is a good thing. Probably, I think this is why the water's so clear. If you look at how much carbon you get in, like, whisper filters and all that, it's only a little bit of carbon in that filter cartridge. That's a lot of carbon. Ow. Just jabbed my hand on something. Oh, I guess I should have not put that. It's hard to get out again. Aha. Here. Like this. This is the Biomax, which they say to change every 3 months, which is, I think, ridiculous. I would not change it at all, unless you see it breaking down. Like it's that old that it's breaking down. And even then, I heard that you can change, like, since they're in a bag, you can change like half of it. You don't have to change all of it, because it will kill your cycle. But I don't know how much of a cycle your foam keeps. The charcoal's not going to keep anything, because it's just purifying the water, and you're changing it every month. I think that's back all the way down. So, there's Goldie. There's poop. Oh, this moss ball's floating. Interesting. Maybe because it got into the air. So I am going to attempt to carry that bucket down without making a mess, and I'll be back with fresh water. Okay, so I'm back. So this is the old aquarium, and this is how I filled it. I didn't want to make a mess. Good news is I didn't make a mess with that big bucket when I went downstairs with it. I made more of a mess trying to get into the toilet, because I didn't want to. Usually I use the sink, but it was so full I didn't want to bring it up to the sink. So this is the water. I always put Aqua Save. I use Aqua Save. I know a lot of people use Prime. I have the Aqua Save, and I just put a little bit of it in. I pretty much I don't use a measurement because this is such a small tank, and the measurement on the bottle I think goes by 10 gallons. There's the cat. So I always just put a very little amount in, like that. Will probably do her. I've never tested my water, which I want to do. A lot of people will be like, oh my god, you have to test your water. Yeah, I know. I want to get the API Fresh Water Masters kit, whatever. I'll probably get it maybe tomorrow. And then do a water test, just because I'm curious. So I'm probably lucky that that Goldie survived without, especially with the filter changes I've done and everything. So basically that water's good to go, and I can gently pour it in. I won't be taping that because I can't. Plus, you don't want to watch me pouring very slowly water into the tank. But once it's full, I will come back. Okay, so now it's full. I had my whole arm in here trying to fix this sand. I picked it up and then I moved it around. And the thing about sand is you touch it and you can tell it's been touched. I don't like that. Whatever. I always wash my hands with soap after this. I've just dunked like my whole arm in here. So it is now full. I filled the filter. I find the trick to priming this is put it on low. That's low and that's high. And it sucks it up. It starts better. So try to dry my hand a little bit. And there's the top, and I gotta plug that in with my wet hand. Fun. There we go. You can hear it. See it slowly rising. Well, let's start fast today. Sometimes it takes a while. Now it's going to start fast. There she goes. Let me move it to high. Very nice. There she goes. I think. So that's low. You can see it fully slow down. And like I said, if I use this tank, once I upgrade and Goldie goes into a bigger tank, I'm going to use this tank for a betta. And I'm going to have it on low, because I know bettas don't like too much water current and pressure. Right now, it needs to go on high. I don't know why this feels like it's not where it should be. I can't see anything. I'm sure these are submerged. At least, I think it's probably okay for a little of them not to be. It's almost like a trickle filter at that point. I don't know why it's making so much noise. I find it's quite quiet. I know other people have said Aqua Clears are loud. I don't find it loud. And to be honest, that's why it's making noise. Is a lot of people run it without the lid on. It's just the lid vibrating. Which you think they would have, figured a better way to do it. And there is the filter. I love this filter. I highly recommend if you have a tank, if you're starting up a fish tank, get the Aqua Clear. Even if you have a small tank, you can use, this is the smallest filter, you can use it. You can always put down the flow low, depending on your fish. And it is full. I do use Easy Balance in the tank, which is right here. But I don't put it in right away when I do a water change. I'll probably put it in tomorrow or the next day. I do still have some cycle, which I think I'm going to put some in, because this filter's still only 2 weeks old. I have no idea how the cycle's going on it, and this doesn't hurt. It's either going to help or do nothing. It's not going to hurt. You're supposed to use the top as a measurement, but I've heard some people put the whole bottle in, which I'm not going to do that, but I'm just going to put some in. I still have some in there. But that measurement cup I have kept. I have another one, which I use for the Easy Balance. It's perfect for measuring out any other liquids you have, because it has 5 milliliters, 10, 15, 20, up to 25. Now I get to put this back on. Not in the water, that would be smart. I think I've moved the filter. This over just a little bit. I think my water is pretty hard because it's all that lime, calcium. That happened really quick. But I know goldfish like pretty hard water, so it's gonna be one of the things I test for whenever I get a test kit. Plus, I think the sand is a buffer for hardiness, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's not live sand, so it can't be that much of a buffer. I'm not sure. But we will test everything when I get a test kit. And that is, well, how I do my water change. Also, send me a look at the Aqua Clear 20 filter, which I love, and Goldie. Have any comments or questions? You can either comment on this video or send me a private message. And thanks for watching. Bye.